if I have to share or if I have to do any kind of, the image or something, so how can I save it? Any idea? So far we talked about Docker Hub, we talked about how to run a container, how to do the image and all those parts and things. Now my question is, if I have to talk about that we also talked about that how we can build the image and push it to the Docker Hub. Now my question is that if I have to talk about that, how can we save the image and the container as a tar file or something? We talked about this, right?
Yeah, we can save it.
How?
You told with the command like Docker save. With this, we can save our image as a tar file.
Yeah, Docker
But if
export, Docker save command. Okay.
yeah,
Those are the two commands through which we can do this. Now today we are going to talk about the Docker file. Okay, guys, what is Docker file and how does it work and these things, right? The Docker file is nothing. It's a text file, which contains like whatever now the operations you have performed, all those operations you are putting up in a text file and jotting down it together. Okay, that is your Docker file. Okay. Now those instructions are nothing. It is basically you execute those instructions, you write in the particular order, and that is how it is written, and it creates the images and these things. Now let's say that if we have to create a image where you have to install a git, right? What you do, you write docker build git or docker image git, you will pull and then run the container. Correct? Correct?
Yeah.
yeah,
Now what in our case, what I am going to do is that I have to run or I have to install the git. So for that, let's say I will install an operating system named as Alpine. What I'll do, I'll install the operating system Alpine, and I will write that, okay, how can I install the git? Now you see, this is a example of a Docker file. Okay. I will write run apk update and run apk get. Now apk add get, apk update are what? Those are the two commands for operating system Alpine. Okay. Now you can change it based on the Ubuntu, based on any other thing. Correct?
yeah.
Now once it is done, then we can do what? We can build this image. How we can build? Using a docker build command. And we can further tag the image whether the things are there. Now once this is done, we can create a container and do the things. This will help me do all the things. Now the point is, how can we build the image or how can we do all the steps? So create a docker file, go to the server or wherever docker is installed, go there.
Docker, like I have done through AWS. No.
Through AWS and go to AWS.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, docker minus version. Enter. Okay. To do pwd, go to any home directory, write cd hyphen just write hyphen
Oh, hyphen. Okay.
cd space hyphen
Hmm.
cd space hyphen enter. Okay, so okay, that is not set. That's just do cd and enter. Okay, home directory is that only that. Fine, no problem. Now here write vi docker file in capital docker file. colon I.
I
Write down the, paste down the those three commands which I have done sent over.
I didn't get you what you said.
I pinged in the chat window the content of a Docker file, right?
Okay. Listen from Alpine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paste there and then hold on. I'll tell you what it is.
Okay.
Now with this, there is one question in the interview which is asked most of the time, that what are the default parameters or the attributes, or the instructions which you have to pass when you write a Docker file. Now from is what? From will tell you that which image has to be used. Okay. Alpine colon 3.5 is what? It's the image of a Alpine OS with version 3.5. Run is a command to run the this any commands and anything, right? That is one instruction. So from, run, all these are keywords here. Okay. These are the instructions. We'll see further more as and when we will move ahead. Likewise, we have one instruction which is known as maintainer. What it is known as?
Maintainer.
Container.
Those keywords should be in a capital or in anything is fine. Those keywords from, run,
Capital, all
those should be
capital.
Okay.
Maintainer is also something which is the author. Okay, which after maintainer you can give author, which will tell you that maintain this file. So likewise, you have different other parameters which we will talk about. Okay, now save this file.
Okay.
Now
How?
escape colon WQ. So last class only you guys got a good one from, like, not like any kind of a scolding or something, but I was telling you guys last class also that you guys are so weak in Linux so far, but still you guys are in the same condition. 1 week gone, no progress. This shows that no study done. Escape, press escape. Now press colon WQ.
Colon
Colon,
WQ.
हाँ, colon, L के कीबोर्ड में L के बगल वाला बटन WQ. WQ, enter. If this would be the situation, I'm telling you guys, to be honest, you have to make your Linux very strong. If you don't have your Linux strongs, any interview, go for DevOps interview, you go for a CEO interview. Linux basics are very important. These all are basics actually. Anyways, write a command docker space build space -t space. Now give your Docker Hub username here.
Email ID.
That's okay. Give Rajeshwari only slash. Write alpine -get hyphen space dot.
Yes.
Dot. Do ls here. Do one thing. Rename the Docker file with the only capital D as a capital. Hold on. Hold on. Except Rajeshwari, no one else will tell this to me. How can we rename the file in Linux? Guys, if you mind my words right now, I don't care. Mind it. But it's high time. We are doing this course from last 3 months. We are not aware of the command so far. We are almost at the end of the course now. Shilpa, what is the command to rename the file? Shilpa, if you are speaking on mute. Withheld, what is the command?
Most.
Ankit?
Yeah, MV command. With the help of MV command, we can
MV
do.
command, Sachin. Sorry, I was on mute.
Yeah, no problem. Rajeshwari, now you get the command. Write MV space, give this Docker file name, the file which has to be changed. The file which has to be changed. Space the new name. What is this? Space the new name of the file which has to be written. Enter.
Yeah.
Do ls, list out the file. Now you see the change. Run that docker build command again.
Okay.
And press up arrow key. Na? Why you have to type it over again and again?
Yeah.
Hit enter. Now you see. So the syntax of the Docker file name was wrong. That's why it gave you that error. Okay, maximize your screen. Now,
Okay.
here, what it has done, it has basically installed everything with this layers, right? It has created, pulled the image, updated the package.
Sachin, in my case, it is giving error. Same command.
Okay, what error?
Error response from daemon.
Daemon is not running the then. Check
should,
CTL service status, the Docker.
yeah. Yeah.
Now, how can you check, Rajeshwari, that whether the image has built or not?
It is running, Sachin. It is Docker desktop service.
Check it. Hold on 1 minute. Yeah, how will you check, Rajeshwari?
What we have to check?
So whether the image you have created, right? Whether the image is installed or not.
Docker image. Docker images.
Run the command, verify.
Docker install.
You have the command, right? And you have this thing also. You see the image is created, right? About a minute ago.
Yeah.
So we have this image already created now, right? So your command ran successfully. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
We have been playing around with Docker for quite a bit now. We were able to start containers and execute a shell inside those containers.
Now, the whole point of thing here is that we have to understand this image layering concept, okay, in the Docker file, which is again very, very important part. Each and every Docker file which is running here, that is what? That is a runnable instance of an image, right? That is a runnable instance of an image, which is basically how, which is basically being done by some or other this, right? The image layers and these things. Now, the point is that when you create a parent image or you create an image from a Docker file, okay, that image is only a read only, right? Means when you create an image, so or when you run this Docker file, it creates a different layers, right? Every command is done via the layer execution. Means then you have each and every image or each and everything in a Docker file in a read only, and whatever the instruction, whatever the things you give for those, that is being added, and all those layers are created, and these are things when you run the command. Now the instructions like from, run, copy, add, and all those things, okay, those adds you to the additional layer. Mainly the instruction like run, copy, and add, those will help you to add a new layer. Getting it?
Yeah.
Now every layer is read only except the one which is creating a container. Okay, that is the last layer. The last layer is called a container layer. What is called? Container layer. Now example, if you run this, create another Docker file. Now if you have to create a separate Docker file, you have to give the, either change the path and then create it, okay, for now. Otherwise you have to give a parameter as -5 and I think Docker file.
Okay. So this one you're saying, this command which you have shared now?
Huh? Yeah, make a backup of that Docker file which you created earlier and create a new Docker file with the command which I shared right here.
How to make a backup?
Huh?
How to make a backup first?
Move command, you have to write the move command, move Docker file, and write Docker file.pkpu. Very good. Rajeshwari, improve your skill sets. Otherwise, forget. Run this command. I'll be very blunt. You might feel it bad right away, but this is a, you know, a bitter truth. You have to improve your Linux operating skills.
Yeah.
Even the command in the chat window. Now create a new Docker file with the new content which I put up. What you are doing? How can you create a new file? VI space Docker file. D capital of Docker file. Enter, paste the contents here. Now guys, in this one you see more instructions, right? Apart from run, add, you see that how it is copy and all those things are there. Getting it, guys? Anything to explain? Any questions?
No, Sachin.
Save this. How can you save this? We did just before some time in the class. That completely shows how uh, with what focus we are doing it. If we are doing just only to fire sake of running in the class, that doesn't going to help you. Escape colon WQ. Correct. Very good. Go ahead. Build an image with this one now. Change the name of the image now.
.NET.
No problem. Forget about the copy file right now. Others has been done right now. Every instruction of the Docker file, whichever you run, that has a layer ID. Every layer generates a unique layer ID. If you see with the step 1 here, it generated a layer ID after that full complete, right? This one. Step 2, this one again generates a layer ID. Getting it?
Yeah.
Now,
Also, 2 times it's creating.
now, if you want to look over all these layers or these things together, now these layers are like, again, it's all over creating an image, but these layers are also helpful, right? So write a command docker history spaces docker 123 and docker 123 is named. Docker space enter. Write docker images. Okay, the repository run. Okay, write docker history with the blank space. For everyone, is it the same?
Yeah, for me, it is demon error coming, sir.
You
Only demon.
let's see your error also. Meanwhile, Rajeshwari, look for the option and tell me what is the option. Share a screen with her.
Yeah. Even if for this also it is giving error response from demo.
Yeah. What? Your name is the same. The Docker file is not the name, right? First of all, check your repository name.
Docker file.
No. Check your repository name. This Vithal K contact. Is it the Docker Hub account name?
Yeah.
Now, where slash Docker file is then give slash example alpine or something. Run dot. Huh? Instead of Docker file, just write example git or something.
Tell me again.
Docker build -t Venkat K contact slash example git dot.
This one, Sachin? Yeah, this is running.
What is the problem?
It is telling that lowercase letter is required, I think. I'm using.
Forget about that. Ankit, what is the problem? What was the problem here?
In the command. Yeah, he gave the Docker file name instead of the image name.
And Shilpa, why this Docker file won't work? Why other name will work?
It works on the images only instead of files.
No. Rajeshwari?
Maybe we need to go to the directory again and create new.
What was my question?
That why there is not working the command.
No, but now it worked, right? But hardly a difference.
Only the change in the name.
The Docker file is a keyword, guys.
Yeah.
So it's not, how can it take? You are defining a Docker file with that, right, Ankit?
But it is continuously with aligned clubbed with file.
It's
Right?
kind of error, nah. It's pointing with invalid argument and giving the argument there for -t.
Okay.
Not getting the error. But okay.
If any keyword is clubbed with any, it will take it as a invalid. Any keyword. If I use Docker 123, then also it will take error because Rajeshwari took, I think, Docker 123.
Then it is okay. It won't give you error at that time. Hello. Okay, it ran now. Now you see the layer, you saw all those things. That's okay. Now, so for seeing all the history of that and these things, run Docker history and run Docker images. Now, run Docker history. And run the Docker history. And give the image ID.
That's it.
History ki spelling, is it the right spelling of history? Image ID, first one. First one image ID, sir. The one which you created right now. This is what you created, right? Getting it, guys. 3 different layers were part of this, right? Do Docker history and copy the image of Alpine. See this, okay? Anyways, and we got it how this layers and how this layer is created. The each and every layer is nothing. It is a part of this thing, okay? Each and every command, every instruction which you write in a Docker container, that is almost a part of Docker layer. Getting it?
Yeah. So these are the means how can you identify read and write layer here?
Very good. Now the command to visualize the Docker layer, right? So what Ankit is asking is that how can I visualize the layers? So the command to visualize the layers is run this command. Like don't run this command, just copy and paste this command and do space and write that your Venkata 123 example. I'm saying don't run the command. Just paste that command
Yeah.
there and do space. Write your that Venkata sock 123 whatever it is created.
Yeah.
Slash example get. Array. Example hyphen get, sir. Whatever the name you have given. Enter. Down in the command. Then we have to give the image name. Give the image ID rather than that. Space image ID.
So where should I use it? Instead of the example get,
Instead of
I
dot,
should
you
use.
have to give the image ID. Run a command docker build -t test image dot.
Space dot.
Enter. Now run docker images. Create that copy file wala thing. Create a file hello.txt. What happened? Create a file with the name as hello.txt.
Yeah, I was creating that one.
File created.
No, it is not created.
Why? Create a file with a touch command, man. Just write touch hello.txt. Simple
I'm not,
command.
I'm not getting what you're asking.
You write touch command, touch, touch space hello.txt. Enter. Now, that is done. Run the build command again.
This one? Okay.
Run Docker images. What is the image name? What is the image name, guys?
Test image.
Testing. Testing.
Now, run that visualize command and replace the ID with the test image.
Sorry, say again. Sachin?
3. For whom you are waiting for? Mr. Mithan?
Yeah, what you said, Sachin?
Ankit, what I have asked to do?
Run that Docker run command again. Docker run hyphen rm.
The visualize command.
Hmm.
Run that. Remove the ID. Give test image. Enter.
The-
Sorry, remove that your Vittal Explorer kit. Complete. Right. Run this. What it has done?
It opens the shell like this.
But this is the command docker run -rm -it -v. That is doing nothing. It is mapping the volume, like volume of server to the cloud. Okay, I'll check why this command is not working, but this the command works. Okay, visualization part I'll take care. Okay.
Yeah.
Any questions so far?
No, Sachin.
So let's create an image, right, with an instruction add.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me what you are asking.
No, what I'm yeah, we saw run instruction, we saw add instruction, we saw copy instruction so far. Correct, in Docker file. Any problem with that?
No.
Sachin, like there are some keywords in Docker file, right? These keywords we are using from run.
Mhm.
So where we can get more keywords, like which we can get through the some other link,
Cheat
like
sheet.
if we okay.
Now
Mm,
there is an instruction known as command,
mm,
CMD, which you pass in the brackets and you write it there like this. CMD is nothing, that is a command, right? That okay, once you install the image and everything, run this command top. Getting it?
yeah.
Now let's move on to the next instruction. Entry point. Work dir work directory is something that is the current image. Okay. If it is not specified and the default path is root. Getting it?
Yeah.
Likewise, we have entry point. Entry point means that when the things has to work. Now here, if you see is this instruction point or entry point, what does it says? It says that go to the bin echo and there echo this content, right?
Mhm.
You see label maintainer, that tells you the author. Build this image. Ankit, now it's your turn. You share your screen and let's see how much comfort would you have so far.
Actually, I am not working on laptop currently. No electricity past 2 hours. So I joined from mobile today.
Shilpa,
Yeah, Sachin.
show me how you will build this image.
I didn't log in at all, first of all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rajeshwari, coming back to you. Share your screen. Writing Docker file is very, very important. I'll share you a lot of examples also for this. Create a Docker file, take the backup of previous one. Save this file, ma'am. Rajeshwari, what happened? What you are waiting for? Correct. Now, build the image. First of all, you have given a name itself wrong. You have to give a name a Docker file, right? You cannot give a, if you are giving a different name, then you have to pass the parameter -7 and this thing, and it sometimes doesn't work properly. Wow. Instead of renaming you what you are doing, did you took the backup of previous one? Mithal, you got it?
Yes, we have to using move command. We have to rename that image 1, 2, 3 into Docker.
You did the build of the image. Hey Rajeshwari, sorry ma'am, but let me write you the commands. We can't waste time for everyone here, right? Sorry. Use this command, Rajeshwari. Copy paste those commands. No, basically hold on. First use this command. You didn't put the backup also. First use this command, then run that command, and then run the other command. Right? Yes. Now run another command. Now run another. So you see, this build a image, right? This has built a image, a Docker image. Now let's run this container. Now do Docker image ls. Let's see how it is. Let's verify the image. New test image is there, right? Which I have created. Now run this, run a container. Now, as soon as you run a container, you will see
Yeah, what you said?
run a container. Just copy paste the command. Now you see, we have passed this entry point instruction, right? That whenever it executes, whenever it runs, execute this, right? Hashtag bin echo. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the result of the same only. Okay. Now, Let's talk about quickly the work dir, right? The work dir means the work directory instructions, which says that whatever the command you are going to run, that has to be run from this directory. Okay, that is your present working directory. Now the whole problem with this is that, sorry, the whole part with this is that it doesn't create any new layer. Okay, like run, add, copy, those creates new layer, right? Work dir doesn't create any new layer, but it just adds a metadata information, or it just adds the information of this into the Docker. That okay, this work directory has to be used for running the other commands. Okay, Shilpa, any questions?
So far, no, Sachin.
Yeah, I'll share the document also for all this. Don't worry, guys. Okay, don't worry about that. Now this run instruction, obviously, right? Runs instruction is something which executes and which creates a new layer. Now run can be in two parts, right? The run can be done in a two parts. One is you can directly write this like this, run, and whatever the command is there, the same command. Or sometimes you write in the brackets and all those with the other syntax also. Getting it?
Yeah.
If you have to run multiple instructions together at once only, you can run like this also. Or sometimes what happens that you have to create an image with an argument. What? You have to create an image with an argument. Example, you are creating an image of a Docker file, okay, where you want to echo the user, okay, you want to echo the user and show some messages, okay. Now everyone, Shilpa, I'm saying, Rajeshwari, take a backup of an existing Docker file quickly. Hit enter, hit enter. Right? Yes, bye. Right. Now do VI, now do one thing.
Hmm?
Now do not VI. Do greater than symbol,
Hmm?
spare Docker file. This will remove the contents of the file without deleting the file. Okay, guys. This will nullify the file. Nullify means this will delete the contents of the file without deleting the file. Docker file is one name with the D capital and a Docker and the file together. Enter. Now do write vi Docker file. Enter, copy paste the one which I have put in the chat window. अरे कॉपी पेस्ट में इतना टाइम क्यों लग रहा है भाई?
Yeah. Doing that.
Control A, Control C, Control V. That is also taking time for us. Now you see
Yeah,
here, Ankit, Shilpa, Vithal, focus here. The first argument you see, what it is? Argument. Okay. What it is?
Argument.
Oh yeah, she.
Copy is not proper.
You have not
What
even.
happened? Okay, just a moment.
You have not copied the things proper.
From hash, you're saying?
Before hash, na from, the Docker file starts from a from. The first instruction
Oh,
is copy come to everyone, delete everything else in the file.
yeah.
Oh my god, like this you can't delete this. Put right put press escape and just press double D. Keep going like that until everything is deleted. Guys, today I am there, tell you the commands. Tomorrow in the interview, no one will be there. You think about your situations. What is the problem, Rajeshwari, here in the copy? Copy the thing in the notepad from the world which is written from Alpine colon 3.9.3. Copy the thing there. Do until CMD cat basis dot text. Copy the things in the notepad first. Let me see if you are copying it correctly or not. Great.
Yeah,
Now,
now.
right. Here you see in the maintainer, if you guys want, you can replace it with your name. It is the author name. Okay, Shilpa and other guys. Here I have given argument one as a welcome user collab next. You can give other welcome user also. And what you are doing, you are writing a command that is cat message.text, means this instruction, right? The cat message, this instruction which is printed here, right? Welcome an argument name, welcome user to the Docker world. This will go to this. And once you create a container or run a container, it will print you the message. Save this file.
Okay.
Run this command to build, guys. Escape colon WQ से save कर दो. हाँ. Run that command, copy paste. Now we had defined already a Docker default option here, right? After argument colon v1, just press dot, just write dot. Docker file it has to take. Now we have created an image here, right? Now run this command, which will run the container. We have created an image with the argument name as an image, and v1 is what? My version of an image. Now this time I'm running the image with a default options, okay, with a default argument on it. So it gave me a default username, that is welcome user what to welcome collaborates to the Docker world, because default was that. Now let's say that how we can run with that. So when you have copy paste the command, when you have to run the image where you have to pass the welcome user argument name, or you have to give the value to that, you have to give minus minus build minus argument. What you have to give?
Minus build
Minus argument. So you see in the command it is written, right? Copy paste that. Now run the image again. And this time you see I have created a version 2 of the images, arg colon v2. This is how you work in the real time. Just write docker run arg colon v2.
It is run.
Run. Right, run.
Now you see it gave me welcome Sachin. Why? Because I have given the build argument name different. This is how you can build the images with your own arguments. This is how you can run the images with your own argument and with the different versions. Getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
Likewise, we have a different set of varieties and mechanisms and a place through which you can talk and you can work upon accordingly. I'll share you the different formats of a Docker file, but again, you have to go through more big Docker files and stuff. You have to write, you have to see that different instruction which we pass, like from, run, copy, add, and all those things. And this is how this works. There are the things which creates a layer, there are things which doesn't. Everything is in a document which will be shared with you so that you understand how the Docker file is written and how it is created with a different ways. And I'll share few GitHub links which will give you other things also. Getting it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, any questions? Now, in the next class, that is tomorrow, the class will be only of 1 hour, okay? And I'm preponing a class 1 hour before, as I have to go somewhere at around 3 o'clock. So we will be having a 2 to 3 only. So 2 p.m. IST tomorrow class, okay? Just for tomorrow. So fine with you guys, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine.
Now we will be doing what? That we will be creating a private Docker registry tomorrow. We'll talk about the Docker networking and Docker volumes, the other three important things. We'll talk about it, how we can create a private Docker registry. Okay, right now, whatever the Docker registry means, Docker Hub wala part which we did yesterday in last class, that was my public registry, which was open to everyone probably, right, by default. Private we will create so that it will be exposed to us only. No one else can see it. Okay, like you do in the corporates. Then we talk about Docker volume, and then we'll talk about Docker networking. And if I forget, just remind me that how can I talk about the ECR, that is Elastic Container Registry, which is in AWS. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That will finish my
Okay.
Docker completely tomorrow. We talked about so far that how we started with creating a Docker Hub account. We started with running a container, running the images, how you can work with the images, create the images, save the images, how you can push it to the Docker Hub. Then we moved to the containers. We talked about how we can run the containers, what's the difference between the few commands of the containers, how we can inspect the images and the containers can get the other attributes, how we can access the container shell and go inside the container, and how we can run the commands and all those things and these stuff. And then we talked about the Docker file today. We talked about the, we're going to talk about Docker volumes, Docker networking, and private Docker registry. These are the few components which are very important for the Docker to start with and to understand the Docker. So how are you guys? How it was session? Apart from my shouting, any other thing? I really find it very bad that when you guys don't work with the commands properly, especially Rajeshwari for you. This is something you have to very
Yeah, I need to go through the commands again.
you have to. Otherwise, very difficult for you. Hello, okay. How was the session, Ankit? And it's something new?
It was very great session. I learned so many like Docker file commands which we used to run, like run command, entry point, and label, all these things. Actually, I did one Spring Boot on this only Docker file.
Great.
So with that also, like I learned 3 to 4 commands, how to create our own Spring Boot image. That thing.
Great. Shilpa, I think you are joining first class of today's Docker. So you are able to cope up, get it?
Yeah. Yeah, I have gone through previous recorded sessions. I am getting it, but yeah, I need to go through it 1 or 2 times more again.
Okay. Thank you. Vital, any questions from you?
Yes. It is new for me. I have to go through.
Yeah,
from the
more and more practice will help us to do this. I'll share you guys the assignment and other things also, everything for this. I have a very good notes
Yeah,
and
please.
I'll show you all this.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
But just like this, that I'm quite occupied with some of the office stuff, but I'll share with you guys. Okay. Anyway, so I think we are good with the things said. Okay, let's meet up again tomorrow, same time, same. Sorry, 2 p.m. IST, and let's wrap up Docker, and then we'll talk about further things. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys.